Hello and welcome. If you're new here, welcome back. If you've been here before, I received a delivery today. Scott Barnes, his site was having 35% off. Was it 35 or 30? I believe it was 35% off. So I purchased his Chic palette, and I did have this in the past, but it didn't suit just for me. But looking at it on sale, and that was eons ago, and I do have a Scott Barnes playlist. Looking at it again because of the sale, right? They sent me an email about the sale. And I thought this would be great for my kit. And so I purchased the Chic, which is blushes and highlighters. And I purchased his Sculpt and Contour palette. I never had this one before. What I like about these is the POA is 24 months. So these can stay in my kit for 2 years from today, which is August 26th, I believe. So we're going to swatch both of these. And I know we usually swatch during live streams, but I'm leaving later today to go out to a conference, and I am going to take these with me. I am going to use them. I never use stuff for my kit on me. I want to see how the Sculpt palette works. I have dry skin on my nose. It's like it's always dry skin on my nose. And so, I do have makeup sanitation spray, which I use regularly when I'm working on clients. And so I'm going to sanitize it before I put it in my kit. And I'm going to take these with me to the conference, again, just to get a really good feel for how they perform. And because it's been so long since I had the blush palette, yeah, I'm like, let me get reacquainted with that. And a lot of stuff in my kit, as far as the actual, eyeshadows, primers, and things like that, those are things I have used in the past for myself, and so I can vouch for those. And I don't put stuff in my kit that I cannot vouch for, because I want to know that whatever I'm using is going to be good quality. It's going to do what, I want it to do. It's going to have the effect that I want it to have. And so, and that's why I don't have a lot of drugstore in my kit, except the NYX butter glosses. Is because my skin doesn't tolerate a lot of the drugstore products. It irritates my skin, and I do have sensitive skin. And so for people who are like, you can be a pro makeup artist and have drugstore stuff, yes you can. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I just want to use stuff that I can vouch for, that I know is going to work. And as I mentioned, me having sensitive skin, that's something I think about. And I do always ask my client before I start anything, do you have sensitive skin? The answer usually is, I don't know. And so do I want to take a chance and put something on their skin that they might have a bad reaction to? And again, all sensitive skin is not the same. But I just want to, I'd rather err on the side of caution. And that's also why I don't have natural hair brushes in my kit. I found out from using natural hair brushes and process of elimination of why my skin kept breaking out and why I was irritated and sensitive to touch. It was because of natural hair brushes. And so it took me like days, like what is going on with my skin? And that's what it turned out to be. And so I let my skin, heal for a week or so. And then I used the natural hair brushes again. And yeah, that was the culprit. And so my kit does not have natural hair brushes in it either, because a lot of people just don't know what they may be allergic to. So that's why. I had someone tell me, a brand recently tell me, you need to use this type of brush for, with this product. And I'm like, the reason I'm not, and it was a natural hair brush. And so I'm like, I'm not going to put those in my kit and use them, because if the client later has a breakout, and it wouldn't happen at that time, but like when I would take my makeup off, my whole face would be red. And then, the next day I would have bumps. And so it's not something where, like some products I'll put on, and right away it's like, oh, well, not even right away, maybe like 5 minutes in or a couple minutes in, I'm like, oh, my eyes are burning, my skin is burning, and it just gets worse and worse. But with natural hair brushes, my skin was red, and I'm like, oh, okay, it'll be okay. And the next day I had all these breakouts, and it was horrible. And my skin was just sensitive to touch as well, as I said. And so, and allergic reactions don't always happen right away. And so, again, I'd rather err on the side of caution. I'm doing this because we're going to swatch this stuff. We're going to use sponge tip applicators. I was wondering if I wanted to use brushes, but I don't, because each of these has 8 colors in there, and I kind of just want to keep moving, because we're also, after this, we're going to click off, click back on and do lipstick combination swatches. And again, I know I usually do swatches, excuse me, for part of me wants to kind of see if I can contour with this. I was going to do it for live stream, and then I was thinking I don't have a lot of content scheduled for next week, and so I'm like, let me just get this done. So this is his Sculpting and Contour palette. It has his signature down here on the back. It tells you the name of the shades, has some information. Actually, this right here is the ingredients. Down here is the weight, distributed by and his factory, or his business. Oh wow, interesting. Is in California. So distributed by Scott Barnes Cosmetics in California. Designed in USA, made in PRC. Oh. And here is the 24 months open container. That's the POA. The period after you open it that is good for is 24 months. And then it has this website down here. So this is how it came. And it came in a black sleeve. I have pictures. I don't know if the pictures are going to be, I might put it on my community tab, but I am going to put the pictures also on my Instagram. So this is what the palette looks like. The same, well, it doesn't have the ingredients on here, but it has the bunny, it has the batch number, and on the packaging, it didn't have the batch number. Okay, so it has a batch number. So if you ever just want to look it up, it'll tell you exactly when it was made, how long it should be good for, stuff like that. And the same as on the outer sleeve, scottbarnes.com, and his Instagram. That's what happened before. His Instagram is Scott Barnes Cosmetics. When I tagged him like eons ago when I was using his products, I would put at Scott Barnes, and somebody messaged me and said, this goes to some overweight guy. Like, that's not Scott. And it didn't dawn on me to just be like, oh, Scott Barnes Cosmetics. And so now I know. And it has the weight. This is the same information on the back of the box. Made in PRC. That is interesting. And so we're going to open it up, and you open it like this, and then like this. It does have a protective sleeve in here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Three of these look like they've been touched. And so I'm going to get, damn, it's in my car, my sanitizing spray. 3 of these have been touched. Like this, oh, I wanted to return this. Up here on the mirror, right here, it says snatch that face. This one here has a swipe in it. This one here has a swipe in it. And this one looks kind of suspect. Oh, man. I don't know if you can see. And this one, yeah, these are the two. So you see that mark in there, and that mark in there, and that mark. Shit. I have backup sanitizer spray. I'm going to go grab that. Fuck. Excuse me, I do curse on my channel. I said it in my intro, which I didn't do. This is his Chic palette, the one I told you I had before. Same type of information on the back as the other one. That is used. Take the sleeve off. I'm questioning if I want to return it, because it does just look swatched with a finger, which sanitizing it would sanitize that. And it was, and I'm thinking too, it was 35% off. They run for $58 a piece, I think, and so 35% off of that. I need to decide before I swatch them. I'm gonna go get my sanitizer spray, but this is a Chic one, and it just has Scott Barnes all over the front, just like the contour one did. And these all look fine. It has a protective sleeve in here. None of these look like they've been touched. That is awful. Up right here on the mirror, it says my colors are blush and bashful. These, I thought these before were highlighters, but they're actually transformer shades. These 6 are the blushes, and so I don't know why this fingers go out that way. So put either one of these on or mix them and put these to amplify it, but I used to just use these 2 for highlighters. And because of the colors in here, like all of them did not work for me, but then thinking like for my kit, like yeah, this would work for that. And this will replace my OMA blush palette, because y'all know, even though everything in there works really fine, the packaging, I am just embarrassed to even show that, because the packaging is so friggin' cheap. And for the price of this, I'm like, you know what, yeah, we have the name brand here, professional brand. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go get my sanitizer spray. So just, I'll edit that part out. So it's looking like I'm going to keep it since I got the spray. So this sanitizer spray is Beauty So Clean Cosmetic Mist, and I put it in here because it was in a larger bottle, and so label for me here. So there's a label in there that tells me what it is, and this is how I sanitize my makeup as well. So this is not like a new process for me. So make sure the fan isn't blowing this way. So I spray first to make sure it's not going to spray weird, and then I just spray so everything is saturated. And it does give me comfort. When I do faces, the only thing is that like when it gets on the mirror and everything, but I don't mind because then I always have a microfiber cloth or paper towels, and I'll wipe that off. And I don't like the water drops that it leaves inside of the palette, and so I'll just wipe some away because when it dries, sometimes it looks, I don't want to say it looks funky, because it looks like you sanitized it actually, which is a good thing. So when I do faces, like I'm constantly cleaning. Even when I use the palette, I sit it down, I'll spray it. I don't even wait until like the entire look is done. Like in between whatever I'm doing, I do spray stuff. And I'm so used to throwing disposables away. One of my clients at an event, I was doing his eyeliner, and I did put the eyeliner, we used one of the Inglots, and I put it on a palette like this one. And so I'm using a disposable eyeliner thing. And so I would dip in and put it on, and then I would throw it away and then get another one. And after like the fifth one, I'm like, I could reuse these because the eyeliner is on the palette. And he's like, you're used to throwing away stuff, and that's good. And I'm like, yeah, but I could use the same one because it's on the palette, because all it is for you. And so, but I am like so much in the habit of, after I use a disposable, just throw it away. And so I need to reprogram my mind and be like, this is for this client. You can use this 10 times because you've only used it on this client, and whatever color you're using is on the palette, and you're not double dipping into the component. But yeah, so I had told him, I said, if you ever get your face done again somewhere, if you don't see them cleaning, like I'm cleaning, I was like, no. And I said, and don't feel like, or try not to feel like you can't ask, hey, when did you last clean that product? But yeah, he was just like, And so we are going to use this. It has been sanitized, and I sprayed it till it was saturated, till it was wet. So I do kind of want to use brushes for these, but then I'm going to have all these brushes to clean. So we're not actually going to contour the face, but we're just going to put the lines just for you to see what the colors are. And on the other side, we'll do the blushes. So this one, yeah, that's horrible. I am going to email them though. Actually, I did take pictures, and I will zoom in on the pictures and see if it does show it, and I will email them and send them the pictures. But it has been sanitized, and so I do feel comfortable using it. That was just a shock. And if I wasn't leaving later today, like I would just be like, no, I'll just wait. But and then, you know, the price. But sanitizer spray to the rescue. So this one is chiseled. And so we're swirling the brush, the sponge tip applicator, and we're going to just put this up here. And I'm not going to blend out, excuse me for smacking. That's what that looks like. We're going to come over here. This one is Sculpt, which means it's probably for sculpting, but then they all have different names. And so we're going to put that here. I do think this is going to be nice because I use a lot of the Makeup Forever cream products, and at this point I have all except 2 of their face palettes. But then I do always, I'll do the cream, then I'll set it with translucent powder, and then I'll put a powder product on top of it because that adds longevity to the product. And most people do set a cream with the powder, and as I said, I do use a translucent, and then I'll go in with something like this, but not this because I just got this. This one is called Frame. I am curious, these feel nice and smooth. I am curious about how it'll look, but everything that I have used in my kit that I used to use for personal use, and not the ones that's in the kit, like I really did enjoy it. And so I am confident that this one is Carve. These are smooth, which is nice. I don't know what I was expecting. It does look to be, so if we're talking about contour and sculpting, which sculpting is contouring, this does look inclusive. It does look inclusive because even these do look darker in person. This one in person is like a cool tone chocolate brown, and so I can see this working to contour on someone who is a richer skin tone than mine, a more rich complexion than mine. And so that's good news, because when something says it's inclusive, and not that he says it is, but when something says it's universal, whatever, and it's not, it really upsets me. And the reason these are looking like that is because I sprayed it first, and I did wait for it to dry. When I spray stuff, I set it down and leave it open, and plus with the fan over here, so it is dry, but you can see what happens. This is hashtag shade. This is this one. We're gonna put this one right here. This could double as a blush. This one could. Yeah, I don't see this one as a sculpt or contour shade. That looks like it would be a nice blush. This one is diced. They pick up really well. And again, this is a sponge tip, so stuff usually does pick up well. What did I say? Diced. I'm definitely going to write to them. Diced. And this one is sliced. Yeah, that was like, what? But anyway, here we are. We cleaned it. We're good. Oh, I just wiped the chunk out. Oh, this one is breaking up. You see this? It is like chipping away, and there's a crack in it. What the hell? And when I'm pressing on it, it is cracking. You know what, y'all? I don't know if y'all can see the cracks in it. Cracks like right around here. Then this corner is cracking up. You see these little pieces? Oh no. And when I press it to push it in, it's cracking even more. Oh no, it looks like, I don't know if you see this line. There's a line like right here. This is going back. And the more I press it to try to, the more I press it to get it, like to press it in, look at this whole entire, you see that crack? No, y'all. So this is sliced. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. This ain't no. No. I'm going to message them, send pictures, and be like, I want a refund. This last one, this is snatched. I don't even know if it matters at this point. Everything was really smooth except sliced. No. We're going to put this down here. Everything else looks good. Everything else works fine. No. Y'all, and blowing off the excess. Now you can really see all the cracks. Then you see where pieces came out up here at the top. Look at that. Hell to the no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I am glad that I tried it though. Hell no. This is the, now I'm looking at this blush one, like, when I had it before, it worked good. It just, all the shades did not work for me. And so it was kind of a waste for my complexion, but again, for a kit, and because you can mix and all of that stuff, can do that. We're going to do the blushes first. This one is Minimalist. And all of these, this feels smooth, just like all of those did, except that one that, yeah, this is Minimalist. Might be a blush for someone who's fair. And this is Chic #1 palette. This one is Mango Fizz. This is a pretty shade. This one feels a little bit drier than the first one, but not dry. The first one was just like really, really smooth. So this is Mango Fizz. And this one is Strike a Pose. Y'all, oh hell no. Hell no. Strike a Pose. And so you see why they didn't work for me, because they're just really light. We're going to come down here to Sweet Cheeks. And it was in, I'm going to show you what it came in, because it came in a bag, and the bag was sealed. And so I'm just like, so that means if somebody did return it, they resealed it to sell it, the company. This is Sweet Cheeks. You know what, now I just want to return both of them, because I'm just like, that's what that looks like. Oh man, this is Rose. Okay, that's done. Wow, this is Rose. We're gonna do this one. And this one looked perfect. Like this palette, it looks perfect. Rose. We're gonna put, I can almost not see that one that's there. So we're gonna put Rose right here. Rose. This one is Crush in Blush. Crush hyphen in, no, Crush then letter N with the asterisk, and then it has blush. So Crush and Blush. That's what that looks like. Yo, I'm not feeling, I'm just, that just has my mind just like, this says glowy and showy. So this one I'm guessing is glowy. I'm gonna put that down here. And this one is showy. This has a small amount of grit to it, but it's not gritty, if that makes sense. So this is that one. So these are supposed to be transformer shades. And so we're going to go back to glowy. And we're going to put that over this one. So it doesn't really, didn't change it too much, I don't think. We're going to go back to showy. And we're going to put that over Rose, which is this one right here. So it just, I don't think it does. I mean, it does make it look a little bit brighter, but they're not transformative to me. So that's my experience with y'all. I'm gonna email them after I do these swatches with the lipsticks. And what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna just put more foundation on top of this foundation and a powder just to cover this up, so we can just do the swatches on the face instead of washing my face and doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. Wow. I would say, let me ask, this is the question. If you've had either one of these palettes before, what did you think of them? Or what do you think of them? And as I said, when I had this before, everything worked fine. It just didn't work for my complexion. You see what I mean? And so I would have to mix the lighter shades with the darker shades. And the lighter ones I would use as a blush light, like up here where the blush would be down here. So this was okay. But that other thing, this has me thrown off. Because yeah, that shadow, that sliced one, I'm gonna show y'all again. I'm just like, you see this top, you see that? This whole, give me my money back. Or send me a new one. Because the shade range, I think, is nice, though. For contouring. So we're going to email them after we do the lipstick swatches. So thank you for being here for this, y'all. And let me know what you think about the colors. We know that one. But what do you think about the colors? Do you think that this is inclusive of all complexions for contouring and sculpting? What do you think about the blush shades? And again, even for me, like, they're kind of light. And so I'm thinking now, like, would this even replace the OMA blush palette? Because these are really light. This was a tad deeper before I put these two on top of it, but not by much. But even like with these, it's like, girl, like, where are they on me? But I do think Mango Fizz would pop on someone with a darker skin tone as a blush light. And I do think these are just like generic. Well, this one you can't see since I put showy on top of it, but like this one and this one would show up for me, some of my complexion. And so I would just use these two for like highlighters. And so I'll see how I feel when I sit down to write the email. But the OMA palette, it does have more actual shades. And so I am kind of thinking that I would still have to mix, or just go heavier with the cream blush before I powder down and then put one of these on top of it. That might work. But yeah, I'll if I remember, I'll let y'all know what I decided. And I'm not going to edit this probably for the next few days. And so I should hopefully hear something back from the brand right away, and I'll let you know what that outcome is and what they said. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thank you. Stuff is popping up over here for you to watch. Consider joining the membership, because I do think I was going to do this members only, but now that I said that, I think the revolution needs to be televised with that palette. So this will be public. But I do members exclusive content though. So if you want to be in on that, and also to make requests, those are just two of the perks of my channel membership. And so check that out. And if you click join, it doesn't join you, it shows you the perks. And then if you want to join, there's something else that you have to click. It's $2.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. I do like the looks of this. But that one is cracking. So I forgot to show you the bags that each of them came in. They each came in a separate bag, and it has Scott Barnes on there, his signature, and then on the same side. And this was sealed, and so I had to. They have an indentation here where you pull it, and then that's what I did on this side, and then you open it up. So it was sealed. So again, that means that someone in the factory or in the business wrapped this up, put it in the container, and sealed it, which means they had to have seen it, because you're not going to package something you haven't looked at, right? All right, we're gonna go, y'all. So I messaged the brand, I emailed them, and in the order email and also on the delivery email, it said any problems, concerns, reply to that email or send a message to customer service. So I replied to it, and I CC'd customer service, and I put two pictures in there, one of the palette, and the second one was a up close of that shade. So then I said, let me look at the return policy, y'all. So I did. Y'all know I'm good with typing stuff out. So I copied and pasted it, and then I printed it out. So refund policy, I'm not going to read all of it, just the parts where it's just like, yo. Scott Barnes Cosmetics is proud to offer the most high quality makeup available. Should your purchase have a documented manufacturing defect or damage, you may be eligible to return your item within 30 days of the delivery date. Discount/sell items excluded. It was 35% off. I did the math. I paid $37 and some cents for the palette. So let's just round up to say 38. So $38. I've eaten that before, but it's the principle. All right, so check this out. Should you be eligible to return your item, you will be refunded for the amount you paid, excluding shipping costs. Items should be returned unused and in their original packaging, or will not be eligible for a refund. Okay, so the first part, discounted sell items are not excluded. If it's damaged, if it's a manufacturing defect, you can return it back unused. Well, the damn thing was used, and one of them started cracking up. And I would have to pay to ship it back. So in the email, I did say I am requesting a full refund, including a prepaid shipping label. And I had a flashback of the Inslee Rain issue from before, where they were like, send it back, but they don't send you a label, they don't send you a return authorization number. So I'm like, how will I know they even get it? But wait, there's more, right? So this is what I'm thinking already. And then it has notes. Scott Barnes Cosmetics offers guaranteed package delivery protection. Let me read that again. I'm rushing. I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all. Scott Barnes Cosmetics offers guaranteed package delivery protection for domestic and international orders, which covers in transit, lost, damage, or stolen fulfilled orders. First of all, I received it. It was used. When you choose not to select guaranteed package delivery protection, Scott Barnes is not liable for lost in transit, damaged, or stolen fulfilled orders. I did have the protection thing. But, okay, the one that cracked, manufacturing defect, it being used, You would be responsible for paying your own shipping costs for returning your item. Shipping costs are not refundable. If you receive a refund, the cost of shipping will be deducted from your refund. If you're shipping an item over $78, please consider using a trackable shipping service or purchasing shipping insurance. Both of them together came to $78. I think it was $78. We don't guarantee that we will receive your returned item. That's what it says. We do not, it says we don't guarantee that we will receive your returned item. So you want somebody to send something back and you're telling us you can't guarantee you're going to get it. That's why they need to do prepaid shipping labels, return labels, and or an authorization number. Because where is it going to go? It can just be sitting somewhere in the factory and everybody's like, why is this box there? Oh, I don't know. They just keep walking past it. We don't guarantee that we will receive your returned item. That they want us to pay to send it back for them to say they didn't get it. The only merchandise that can be returned or exchanged are damaged or defective items from the manufacturing process. Okay, being used don't have nothing to do with the manufacturing process. Somebody put their fingers in it, decided they didn't want it, and they sent it back. And whoever looked at it didn't notice that it had prints in it, and so they repackaged it and sent it to me. Or it could have been anybody, it just happened to be me. To make an exchange, the item must be returned in the same condition it was shipped originally to you, or else it will not be eligible for exchange. It was sent to me used. Y'all saw it. Please email customer support at scottbarnes.com. Please allow up to $48 for a response. Exchanges do not begin to process until receipt of the returned order, and processing times vary depending on your location. So it's not a manufacturing defect. And even the cracked one, we can say it was, but you wouldn't know it until you swatch it. But then they want you to return stuff in the condition it was sent to you in. Well, it was sent and it wasn't cracked. I swatched it and it cracked. So is that manufacturing defect? Like I have so many questions. I'm trying not to get in my feelings about it because we'll hear back. And so right now it's like almost 4 a.m. And it's Wednesday. So Thursday or Friday I should receive a response, and I will keep y'all posted, whether through a pinned comment or I'll put text in the video over here somewhere. But I'm just like, if they pull the Inslee Rain and just say send it back and they don't give me like a label or a return authorization number, I'll just eat the cost, but they will be on blast, just like, and not to be mean about it, but just like with Inslee Rain, like just buyer beware, and theirs was, it didn't say it was pressed pigments in it on the website. So that was my issue with that one. But I did sell it on Mercari. I did make my money back from it. But this one, I can't sell a palette that has one of the things is like cracked, and the more I tried to press it in, the more it cracked. So that is just completely unusable. And so round up the $38 that I spent for that one. And so that's where we're at with that. And so yeah, I am adding this on to the video, but I'm just like, yo, like y'all. So I did put the pictures, and if they want to try and argue with me, I'm gonna keep arguing. And that's what happened with Lethal Cosmetics when their brushes fell apart. I went around with them for almost maybe like a month. And then they finally was like, okay, we'll give you partial credit, which was fine because some of the brushes I purchased was in a set and it was only certain brushes. And so I'm like, okay, that's fair because I don't have an issue with all the brushes. It was just these handfuls of brushes. And so I did feel like the partial refund was sufficient. And even though this is $38 refund, they're going to deduct shipping. Y'all, shipping is probably like what, $8, $9, $10? And so to receive $28 back, I'll just eat that and just be like, yo, beware of Scott Barnes, except for their brushes. And I do have a Scott Barnes brush giveaway coming up soon. I'll put that video over here. Yeah, but y'all, I wasn't expecting that. So this is not coming with me, and neither is this one. If they just want to refund me for both of them, hey, let's do that. And the thing is, you pay shipping. Did I pay for shipping to get this? I don't know. I'll put over here if I pay for shipping to receive it. I kind of think not. yeah, I'll keep y'all posted. So it'll be something up here, or a pinned comment, or I'll just do a community post or something. But I will definitely let y'all know what happened, or just do a whole nother video and just rehearse all of this stuff. Well, not rehearse it, but redo all of this stuff that I'm telling y'all here. And I lied to you, I did, because I read the whole thing and I said that I wasn't, but I did. But y'all, we don't guarantee that we'll receive your return item. Get the F out of here with that. Have I eaten $38 before? Yes. And I'm not feeling the Chic palette just because of all of that with the sculpting contour palette. But anyway, I'll keep y'all posted.